Okay, so my name is Zackary Addair, and for this week, for the culture book, I chose a Spanish-English book, American-Mexican culture book called Margaret and Margarita. And the second title down here is Margarita y Margaret. Um, so the age range for this book is anywhere from the ages around 6 to 8 years old. Any uh, preschool age. There are some simple sentences in the book that many children can understand and read on their own. Some basic word usage, not too not too advanced word levels in the book. Um, so I'll go ahead and start. There is a unique fact in the book. One of the book's uniqueness and originality is that the book is told in, it is bilingual, and meaning that each page of the book has different um, different languages. So one page is actually in English and the other one is in Spanish. So for example, right here on this page, when the two mothers are speaking to their daughter, one of the mothers are speaking in English saying hello, and the other mother is talking in Spanish saying hola. Um, so I'll show a little bit about the book here. I won't attempt to try some of the Spanish. I'm not too well at the Spanish language. Um, but it tells a story about not only about the big difference in culture, with this being in Mexican American culture, but the author is trying to draw similarities between Mexican culture and American culture. Um, so these two main characters here, Margaret and Margarita, are going to the park, and while they're at the park, they meet each other. So they talk about how beautiful the day it was, and each sentence is transitioned over from English to Spanish, and they are the same words and as far as context goes. But as they go to the park, um, Margaret meets Margarita, and this is where they recognize one of the first cultural markers that is inferenced in the book, and where they notice that uh, one of them speak English and the other speaks Spanish, so they can't uh, really understand each other at first. Um, so as they go through here, they introduce themselves to each other. Here's Margaret saying, "My name is Margaret. My rabbit's name is Susan." Susan says down here, "Hola." And it also shows a context in Spanish on each page. Mi amo Margarita. And it talks about her bunny, or her rabbit's name is also Susanna instead of Susan. And there's many different pictures here that shows, even if the reader does not know Spanish, they can still kind of get the picture and notice that it is more or less the same thing. So here Margaret says that she likes yellow shoes, while Margarita likes marrones, or brown shoes. Um, so she likes some different things here. She's talking about her eye color. Margarita is and blue eyes, and Margaret has brown eyes. So they're learning how to speak different languages and communicate with each other in the park. And they're developing a friendship here and some different personality traits as they talk to each other. So here on this page they're talking about having a party, and Margarita is talking about having a party also, or having a fiesta. And it shows some neat little drawings there, and all the drawings are illustrated by the author of Lynn, Reiser. She did illustrate, and the drawings are painted. They're all painted drawings. And I would use the book in a class because of the different English grammar and some different word usage in the book. I could teach a lesson about some different statements and different grammar and word usages throughout the book on the English sides. So as it goes through the book, they talk about taking a nap, and here is the two mothers telling their daughter that it's time to go home. So it goes on here, and they introduce their mothers to each other, and they're talking about how of a good friendship bond they've made together, and how although they talk Spanish and talk English in different cultures, they're coming together as a unity and forming this good bond of friendship together. So they realize throughout the book, they really realize the similarities and agree with each other on some different things, such as their eye colors, and even though these little differences may make it a difference appearance-wise, but they come to be very good friends and come to know each other very well. So they talk about when they're going to meet back up again. See you tomorrow. Hasta mañana, amigas. So some different things there that when they leave, you can tell that they have formed a friendship and bond with each other. And continuing on to the last page, so they talk about going home as they're leaving and going back to their house when they're going to meet up in the morning again, or tomorrow. And just some different things here. Some words translated from English to Spanish, or from Spanish to English. Really, any child that speaks, just English or just Spanish at a very young age may want to look at this book just to maybe get familiar with some different words, whether they're learning how to speak English or learning how to speak Spanish. They could look and really compare the words, just looking at the different words, such as I like on this page here. I like, and then it's translated to me gusta when they're talking about their rabbit or a cat. You can make different suggestions here and really let a child maybe learn on their own, learn some different languages, and really open it up to them and let them study and see what they think about this book. Although I wouldn't probably not use this in my class as a read aloud. Maybe use this book as a pass around similar to like we did in class, maybe just passing the book around and seeing if someone in the class or a student may want to look at this and read it. You could also ask them different questions and really scaffold them and work on their comprehension skills about what relationship that they developed between Margaret and Margarita, and what happens at the resolution of the book. But as far as cultural differences in the book, there are some small different things, such as, like I said, appearances between the two and the different likes, whether it's the colors or dresses or the ribbons. So just some different things here that not really culturally different, but different in appearances and some different things of that nature. So I really enjoyed this book. I picked it up at my local elementary school. I thought it would be great for this week's book presentation. And that's it.